Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trade. So happy to have you here joining me from wherever you are, from all over the world. Thank you so much. Big appreciation and shout out to all the new subscribers that came across after watching me. I was on the Stocks with Josh show yesterday. We were talking all things crypto, and also a great day to celebrate breaking over 1,000 subscribers. So I started this channel just a few weeks ago. So we have breached the 1,000 subscribers. So thank you again for all of those who are supporting. And as always, I love reading all the comments and questions that are left in the description here. So feel free to leave comments, question. Please smash the like. That'll help get this content out to more people. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe if you'd like to join our ever-growing community. Hit the bell notification. That'll inform you when my next video is coming out. And speaking of that, I have some great questions, and I will be answering one of the questions today. I will be doing a video this weekend that I'll release on Monday, and I'll be covering a lot of viewer-requested coins. And so the most viewer requested coins that I had, I'll probably do somewhere between 12 and 20 coins. And so at the moment I already have 9 or 10. So if you would like your coin or a specific coin featured, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll look at featuring that coin if I can. Obviously I may not be able to do every coin, but the coins that are most requested, I will be putting out that video on Monday. And speaking of Monday, also the Stocks with Josh Discord is scheduled to be launching on Monday or Tuesday. I will be actively in that Discord, providing trades, insights, information, charting analysis, etc. Whatever I can do to help provide support and help for the community. And of course, I'd love to meet you in there. So I'm excited about that getting going on early next week. Now, Father's Day is on Sunday. I don't plan on putting a video out on Father's Day. So if I don't, I want to wish all the dads and soon-to-be dads a very happy Father's Day in advance. And of course, if there is something that happens in the market, historically, Father's Days tend to be fairly safe. Should I touch wood? Fairly safe. And we hope that's going to be the case. But if anything major happens, I may jump in and provide a quick update. I do want to touch on, the questions I had mostly revolved around my crypto cheat sheet, saying, is this still available? Where is this? So I thought I'd do an update today. But before I do that, I just wanted to jump into Bitcoin, the Bitcoin chart quickly. So I'm just going to take my head off the screen here. And as you can see, this is a wedge that I've had drawn for some time. And as you can see, this is always good buying opportunities. Buying opportunities when we hit the bottom of the wedge, and selling opportunities when we hit the top of this wedge. I believe this is a bullish wedge chart pattern. I've been saying that I believe there's a 70% chance break to the upside, 30% chance break to the downside. This blue line on this chart is the 50-day moving average. I'm going to zoom in on this 50-day moving average. And what I did say, and I believe was yesterday's video, was that if we lost this 50-day moving average, I did believe that the likelihood of coming down, there is some support at 65, and we did find some support at 65. We wicked down there, you see, and that we jumped back above and closed just back above the 50-day moving average. Now, if we close below this on the daily or the weekly, I think we are going to come back and retest that 65,000. And losing that, we go into the fair value gap around the $63,000 to $64,000 area here, which also coincides with the bottom of this trend line range here. We also have an order block here, the Lux Algo order block that is currently here. We also have the sell signal, which happened, at the top. That's already been. That's a little bit of a lagging indicator, and we can see that was given. The sell signal would have been much more helpful up there, but here it's kind of like, we're halfway down the wedge already. Thanks for the sell signal. So I look more for these order blocks here, and you can see there is between 61 and about $60,000. Actually, that order block kicks in at 62,000. So that's where I would see. And what I'm hoping is that if we do lose the 50-day moving average and we don't reclaim it, we close below it, that we either find support here. If we lose the wedge, I'm hoping that it'll just be a wick down into this area, and then we come back above, back into the wedge, and then eventually back above. The 50-day moving average would have trended down a little bit by then, maybe down to here, and we get back into the wedge, back above the 50-day moving average before heading back to the top of the range, and then hopefully eventually breaking through. We've had a fair few touches there, so I feel like we could have a good opportunity of breaking through the next time that we go up, and this wedge extends into July. So I do expect a decision one way or the other. One of the other possible things that can happen is we could come down below the 50-day moving average, and then it's resistance, and we keep butting our head on it. If that's the case and we don't break back above, then of course coming down to here would be the next logical thing. And then if we then were to push up and then hit the trend line or the wedge here and the 50-day moving average, which will have come down, and then we will have some more downside. But if any of those scenarios play out, either to the downside or the upside, I will update here. But like I say, if we do have downside, if we do lose the 50-day moving average, that's what I'm thinking the possible outcomes could be. Of course, if we hold this 50-day moving average here, then I feel like then we can start to come back up and maybe test the top of this range. We see some resistance right here and look to break through the 71,000 mark. And then we've got more resistance up there at where around the all-time high. So I just did want to give a quick update. We have had the hash ribbons capitulation signal. That means the Bitcoin miners are selling. They're selling because it's costing them more to create a Bitcoin than what Bitcoin costs at the moment, rising energy costs, etc. I'm not going to go into all that, but generally speaking, the Bitcoin miner capitulation time, there usually is a buy signal that will come in at some point. And so this tends to be more of a market bottom than a market top. In fact, the last time that happened was when Bitcoin, I think if we switch to the weekly time frame here, when Bitcoin was all the way back at around $25,000. We had that minor capitulation here, all the way back here around 20, I think it was 26,000, and then we had the buy signal hit, and then of course we did go down a little bit after that buy signal, but then we took off and haven't really looked back. So that hash ribbons indicator has been historically a good indicator. Let's see if it plays out the same way this time. It would be really good if it did. All right, let's jump into the cheat sheet stuff. So what I found in this bull market, and talking with numerous different people and text messages and social media messages that I get, is that in this bull market, there are some people that feel that they haven't really made the money they feel that they should have. They've seen other people post online all these gains, and they're looking at their bags, wondering if they're going to pump. And they're like, oh, I know it's going to happen. If I sell that coin, all of a sudden it's going to pump, and I'm going to roll it into this coin, it's going to dump. Okay, this is real life, people. Okay, and so they feel like the coins haven't moved. And I think that there are two types of traders in this market. It's like the trader A that's been in Bitcoin and Solana and the Solana ecosystem with coins like Render. And so they feel that those tokens necessarily have done well, like the meme coins and the Ondos and the Ton coins. And then there's the trader B that maybe were in the Matic and the Dots and the XRPs and the Cardanos. They're looking at your portfolio going, what is going on? Are these coins going to participate in this bull run? And I think it's the importance of being in the right coins for this bull market at the right times, because most coins from the last cycle will not reach their previous all-time high. And look at the case of XRP, that in 2017 it got over $3. The following cycle, $1.80 something. This cycle, the likelihood of it getting past its previous market cycle all-time high is pretty tough. I don't see it happening. I see maybe at best $1.50, breaching $1 to $1.50, $1.30, somewhere around there. Now look, something can change. Things can change. Maybe there'll be a settlement with the SEC. Maybe there'll be some new partnership. But right now, the tokenomics don't make sense for me with XRP. And I'll share more about that on Monday, because XRP is one of the coins on that list, along with Shiba and Link and a few others, that I will be covering on the Monday video. And so for me, I was able to drop my XRP at 65 cents and rotate those tokens into Ondo, into Ton, into some other projects that since 3, 5, and even 10x was able to make back the small loss that I sold XRP at, was able to make that back in profit and additional profits. And if I wanted to, I could take that money now and buy back that XRP a lot lower. I'm not beating up on XRP. I love the tech. I mean, I've used XRP. I've moved money around with XRP before, and I think it works great. But there are some issues there with the tokenomics that I have. I shared about it on Josh's show yesterday. So if you want to get a sneak peek about a little bit what I'm going to share on Monday, you watch the Stocks with Josh show from yesterday where we talked a little bit about XRP. But there'll be a time where these legacy coins will probably have a bit of a run, and I'm more than happy to jump back in the trade. I'm more than happy to begin to get bullish on these tokens. But right now, I'm not seeing any bullishness with those tokens. I'm only seeing that they're really not participating in this bull run at the moment. If you look at Polkadot at the top of the last market cycle in 2021, it was a top 10 coin. Now it's 15th. And so if you actually go back to the top 10 or 20 coins from 2017, you'll find, though, a lot of those coins aren't anywhere to be seen in 2021, let alone 2024. And I think we should do a Where Are They Now show where we look at coins that were back in the last cycles and where are they now, because it's important to note that if history repeats, which so far it is, most coins from the 2021 top of the bull market cycle aren't going to reach their all-time high this cycle, okay? And that's really, really important to understand. And I think going into maybe a Where Are They Now is not such a bad idea. But you can look back on, there's some great tools. I think we should do a Where Are They Now. I think that would be a lot of fun. And so some of the things that I look at in these things are charts. I look at the tokenomics. I look at the social media community, Telegram and Twitter. I look at how far it's retraced and where it's sitting at now. And those are certain things. So I think it's important to reevaluate your portfolio and to look at rotating. There are times where you should rotate, I believe, out of some coins. Like the meme coin market has been hot. Is it time to rotate out of meme coins into other projects? Has the meme coin run kind of cooled off a whole bit right now? And meme coins are risky. It's essentially gambling. They don't have any utility. And the only ones that I see have really survived from last cycle to this are those that added utility, like Dogecoin over multiple cycles. It's its own chain now. You can send on the Dogecoin chain. And of course, Floki and Shiba Inu both have some utility now. And so I'll be looking to see what meme coins look to add utility and may survive into the next bull market. It doesn't mean that I won't be completely selling out of them or selling most of my coins. And please do watch some of my other videos that I have here online, my cheat sheet crypto series. I have 5 or 6 episodes where I break down each coin that I have on this list. I go over 3 to 4 tokens each episode, and I talk about the strategy of scaling in and scaling out, okay? I am going to give an updated spreadsheet here, and this will be the most update that you want to look at, but I do encourage you to go back and look. I also have the Life-Changing Gain series, and the Life-Changing Gain series, episode 1 to 3, I talk about my HODL, my accumulate, and my trade strategy. In the first 3 episodes. In episode 4, I talk about how to identify local tops and bottoms. Episode 5, I talk about the different indicators that I use for scaling in and scaling out. In episode 6, lesson 6, I talk about the money printer method, which is my trading strategy. And I talk about where you can earn $300 per day, $10,000 per month, and $100,000 per year using this strategy. And I put it in 4 parts, because I want to provide the detail there. And I do love the trade strategy because you can trade it in bull markets or bear markets. No matter what is happening in the market, you can utilize the trade strategy. And that's why I have my 3 different strategy, my trade strategy, my HODL strategy, and my accumulate strategy, okay? So we're going to jump in right now to my crypto cheat sheet here. And here it is here. And so we're going to see, I'm just going to take me out and move me over, And as you can see, these, I have put them in alphabetical order. I have put that, and I do have them in the, when I do the videos on my crypto cheat sheet videos, I do break them into blockchains, emerging blockchains, real world assets. But here I've just put them in order. And then there's medium, low, and high risk. But remember, everything in crypto is risk. Who would have thought Luna was going to collapse? Yet it did collapse in the last cycle. And that was a top 10 coin. And so we need to understand not to be risking money that we can't afford to lose. I then do go through the exchanges here that you can buy it on, Coinbase or Uphold, and BitUnex are for the American folks, and then for everybody else it's generally MEXC, but you can go down this entire list. Please screenshot it. I will be adding it in the description, if not in this, probably not in this video, but in an upcoming video we will go over the sheet again. And so you can take a screenshot here and then take another screenshot here, and you'll be good. And if you didn't get that screenshot, I'll do it one more time. There's an opportunity if you take a screenshot there, and then we'll take a screenshot up here. Now we have the aggressive entry. The aggressive entry was great, and this was given back late May, because what happens if a coin takes off and doesn't come back, like the ton coin? Is it going to come back? I gave the aggressive first entry at $6.40, $6.50. It went up to well over $8. And so now we're at a situation where we don't know if these buys will get picked up. And this is why I like scaling in and scaling out of positions. I have 5 entries. If I was putting $1,000 in for each of these tokens, this would be an easy way to do it is 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. You can also put a lower amount here and then put higher amounts as you go down. The only downside to that, and why I don't use that method usually, is because of this, because ton chain. What happens if you only put a small percentage and it takes off and doesn't come back? Then you've only put a small percentage in there. But sometimes I'll split coins up into 3 buys, and I might do 300, 300, and 400, or you could go 200, 300, and 500. You can split these up. There are just so many ways to do it, and I don't want to necessarily be locked into one single method, because I do use all of them. But for the ease of this spreadsheet and calculating moving forward, because we will calculate the cheat sheet gains, we're just going at $200 per entry here. Obviously, if you have $100, it'd be $20 each. Now, these are all the ones that have been hit. If you look at Ethereum here, we got our 3450 hit, and now we're back up above 3500. Now, will we keep going? We've had 2 targets hit. Did it even come down to 3,300? I have to check that. But yeah, as you can see, we're slowly filling in these order entries. Our order book, as they might say on exchange, is slowly being filled. And therefore, you have all the green targets that haven't been hit. Now, in the case of TON, if all my targets don't get hit, that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'll take profit on the way up with what I have. And I have my take profit sections. And this budget money that didn't get used, I could possibly now roll it into another token, or add a token, or add more of my budget to this. Let's see what happens. Let's see how deep this correction goes, and see if we're going to get any of these lower levels on the TON coin. And then I have the take profits here. And so these are the take profit levels. Now, I didn't have these on the earlier videos, and the reason why I didn't was because I felt that people's entries would all be different. And so if you got an entry, your take profit might be different. But some people did request it, and so I had added it in here recently in the light red. I have my potential top target, so what I feel like it could get to at the top of this bull market. And then what I have here is the 3x, 5x, 10x, 20x. This is reality. How I take profits is in 3 ways. I either take profits at these TP zones, or if a coin gets 3x, 5x, 10x, or 20x. So on the way up, if it hits 3x, take profit. When it hits 5x, take more profit. When it takes 10x, take more profit. If it gets to 20x, take more profit. Have a moon bag left. Hopefully only about 10% of my bag will be left by the top of the bull run. And if we get some kind of super cycle or extended cycle, then of course I still have some money in there. I also take profit based off my cheat code, which I reference in episode 4 of Life Changing Games. If you haven't seen that, I identified a local top at when Bitcoin hit its all-time high at 73,000 and whatever hundreds that ended up being. Don't know the exact number, but there were some of those indicators that I teach in this video, so please go and check it out, that were giving me top signals. So I went and took profits across all my coins no matter what. And it turned out to be right because we dropped down all the way back to, was it 56,000. And then I've been able to reaccumulate these coins at lower levels. So that was just really important to identify that and to see and to recognize that that was a great trade. And that's why I took profits here, and I ignored this. I ignored all this, and I saw that these were all signals giving me a local top. And I also, in that video, identify how I look at a local bottom, so for buying opportunities as well. So it's so simple. I don't need to panic buy. I don't need to panic sell. I just have all the coins that I want to buy. I know the budget that I have for each coin, and then I just have my entry levels in here. And some have 4, some have 5, and some only have 3. And of course, I will keep this updated over time. Okay, so that's what we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed the content, the video here. I certainly have to, again, thank you and appreciate everybody here for joining me and subscribing and supporting this channel. It's so grateful. And of course, as always, remember, no video tomorrow, probably no video tomorrow. On Monday, the coins, I'm going to update with the coins. Please leave those coins. You'll need to do so quickly because I am going to start making this video this weekend, and I will be posting on Monday. I hope to see as many of you as possible in the Stocks with Josh Discord. That's going to be very exciting, and we will stay updated with the crypto cheat sheet as either our more buy orders and that our little order blocks get filled there and we change the colors, or if we take off, then we go into the take profit zones. But I'm here to walk with you for your entire crypto journey. And until the next episode, happy trading.